This video is on frequently used bases for logarithms. So now that you've watched the Introduction to Logarithms video, we want to talk about some bases that are more useful than others, or at least more frequently used. The first logarithm I want to talk about is the common log. Whoops. The common log. A logarithm with base 10 is called a common log. And this is useful because our whole number system is base 10. Our decimal place, well, decimal means 10, and we've got our place value system with tens place, hundreds place, thousands place. Those are all powers of 10. When we write a logarithm without a base explicitly written, so if I write log of 10,000 without my base explicitly written, that is the same. We always assume that we're talking about a common log of base 10. Now, I say that we assume that's an assumption that we are making in this class and is made in many books and programs and what have you. However, some books will use, if you're looking at other resources, sometimes you'll see log with no base explicitly written used to refer to the natural log. That is just something to be aware of if you're looking at other resources about logarithms. But for the most part, you'll find log used for the common log. Notice that we have on this our calculator, our most, whoops, I'm going to hit my refocus button to see the calculator. And wait for that to come into focus. So we've got a log button on this calculator. That log does not let you put in an extra base, or it doesn't let you specify the base. That log is the common log. It's base 10. So I can say log of 10,000, and it tells me that's 4, because 10 to the 4 is 10,000. So, whoops. The other base that I want to talk about, or the other type of logarithm, is the natural log. And before we talk about the natural log, I need to introduce Euler's number. So Euler's is spelled like this. It's pronounced Euler. It's German. And Euler's number is E. We use a lowercase e, and it is approximately 2.7. I expect you to know that E is approximately 2.7 the way that you know that pi is 3.14. Now, any decent scientific calculator will have either an E button or an e to the x button. This one has e to the x. So if you forget what e is, you can type in e to the 1 and it will tell you it is actually 2.71828. It's kind of nice it repeats here once, 1828, 1828. It does not repeat after that. It is an irrational number and it doesn't repeat forever. So I just don't want anybody to think that that repetition keeps going. But I will expect you just to know that it's approximately 2.7. You don't have to memorize more decimal places than that. This number turns out to be extremely useful. It mostly comes up in calculus, but there are just lots of places in nature that Euler's number turns up. So we call that a natural log. Well, let's actually write that down, a logarithm. With base e is called a natural log. And we use the abbreviation ln. So ln of x is the same as log base e of x. And so you could have something like ln of e cubed. Well, the natural log is log base e. What would you have to raise e to in order to get e cubed? And of course the answer is 3. So those are our frequently used bases for logarithms. I'll also point out that in addition to having a log button, my calculator has an ln button. You will need a scientific calculator for the test over this section, and you will want one that does logarithms. And having a log and an ln button is good enough. And that is it for this video. Yeah, okay, there we go.